In this IBM BPM tutorial, we will learn how to implement decision services. Okay, so before understanding the decision services, we need to understand what is the business rules. So the agenda of the tutorial is to understand the business rules, and then we will see how to create decision services in IBM BPM, and we will also going to test those decision service. Okay, so decision service is the way to implement business rules in IBM BPM. Okay, so what is the importance of a rule in a business process? So if you see, if there is any business process, let's say before coming to this diagram, let's take some simple use case like credit card business process. Okay, so credit card business process will have multiple levels, like there will be some people who will be taking our documents. There will be group of people who will review the document. There will be a group of people, a group of services who will check my credit history, and then there will be group of people who will actually provide us the credit card. Okay, so when the credit card is provided to us, if you see in the back end, there will be multiple rules will be executed to check my eligibility. Okay, I will give you some example of the rules, like if the person is having credit history less than 1 year, do not give credit card to this person, just decline. If the person credit score is less than 600, he is not eligible for the credit card, getting the credit card. Okay, if the person age is less than 15 years, again do not provide a credit card. So if you see, uh, while giving the credit card to the person, there are multiple rules which are executed automatically one by one, and one business rules also affects to other business rule, and then finally the person's approval or denial is totally dependent on these business rules. Okay, so like that, if you see, business rules are very important when we implement any business process. Similar way, if you go through this diagram, so here do you see, here it's a banking system. So in the mid you can see this is an international bank, and this international bank provide loans to multiple industry group. Okay, and again it gives, and there are some systems uh, for its consumers, like if you see, bank has the branch side where they have the ATM, they have the retail customer and commercial customers. They come to the branch side and they do transaction. Okay, bank also have a third party services for providing the loans, providing the credit cards, providing the home loans, mortgages. Bank also has the e-banking, by which, like due to e-banking, the customers uh, or business owners, they can directly check their account, they can directly transfer the money before visiting to the branch site. So if you see, the banking sector is connected to multiple networks. Okay, now to maintain their business, okay, they will be having multiple type of a business rules in backend. Okay, so the business rules will be, suppose a retail customer is coming in the bank to get the uh, money. So if the person belongs to some other bank, then charge 5% extra from that customer. Okay, same way, if a commercial customer is coming, do not give more than 5 lakhs rupees to that customer. If a retail customer is coming, for him the daily withdrawal limit is only 20,000 rupees. So if you see like that, there will be multiple business rules which will be written, and when the process is getting executed, those rules are getting executed. Similar way, let's take another example. This example is for a insurance policy. So if you see, for an insurance policy, a person wants to have a quotation, so they can send a request through a call center or through a website or through some agent. That request comes inside the um company headquarter, and then they check whether what is the eligibility for this insurance. Suppose the person wants a general insurance for its car. So in that case, the person who is underwriter, he will be writing multiple business rules, like what is the color of the car, what is the make and model of the car, is there any previous accident or not, how many drivers are there in the car, okay, how many years old is the car. So according to all these factors, finally his premium will be decided. So for each factor, there might be several business rules would have been written in the backend. Okay, so this is about the business rule, and let's talk about how to write these business rules in IBM BPM. In IBM BPM, there is a service called as decision service. So all type of a business rules we write inside the decision service. So let's go to our Blue Shield Blue Health app, and in this app we will be writing some business rules. Okay, so I got the error like I'm not allowed to access. So let's go over here and to open in designer. Okay, so you can see over here in the decision section, you can create a decision service. Okay, so if you see, this is our business process data integrity app which we are working on, and this business process is basically for doctors and a group of hospitals which are connected to an insurance provider company. So now we are going to write two business rules. In that business rules, you will see, so this is our business process. Let's run this business process. And here if you see, so here the first business rule which we are going to write, where if the type of request is create, automatically the requester name should get changed to David. Okay, so we will see how to write this business rule. So the business rule is, if type of request is create, okay, then requester name should be David. Okay, so this is the one rule I'm going to write, and let's see whether that rule gets executed or not. Okay, so for that, what we need to do over here, go to designer and create a decision service. For any type of business rule, you have to create a decision service. So here in the decision service, just give some name, and here I'm giving a type of request rule. Okay, finish. Okay, you need to create the variables, so we can create our same variable, work item, type of a work item bu, output variable, work item, and type of work item bu. Okay, fine, go to diagram, and here you need to drag and drop the BAL rule. Okay, BAL rule, and here just give create request rules. Okay, fine. Okay. And you can double click over here. Okay, so you can check, you can see you will get some if else condition. Okay, so here just put in the if, and in the condition go to control. Here you will get the all the things. So for me the request is if the request type is type of the request, type of a request of the request PO of the intake work item contains string. Okay, and here in the string I made it as a create. Okay, then what should be the action? Action should be the name of the requester should be David. So okay, so let's put the set the requester name of requester of intake PO of work item to, okay, here just give the name as a David. Okay, save your request. That's it. So this is the way we write business rule. If you want to write any other business rule, you can just create one more business rule over here. Okay, and so suppose if I am writing one more rule, so similar rule, suppose if I can write if the type of request is update, then let's change the name as a Mike. Okay, so same thing if the type of request PO, and let's make as a update, then set the requester name and take PO work item, okay, to, let's have the mic. Done. Okay, and now suppose I want to test this rule first. So since it's a decision service, so we cannot test just like that. So I need to initialize the variables. So you can just click over here, have default, and here what we can do, in the request section you can just put it over here, create. Okay, so I selected the request type as create. The requester name should come as a David. Okay, so you have to debug this. Yes. Okay, so object time work item BO, this is the requester object, and here you need to see the request object as well. So intake request PO, type of request is going as a create. We can see over here. Fine, let's go to step. Okay, so the result has come. So now let's go to requester, and here it should be the requester name. You can see the requester name is coming as a David. Okay, so it's fine. So I can just close this. Okay, no. And what the next step is, we have to use this decision service in our business process. Okay, so what we can do, I want between collection to review, I want to use this business service. Okay, so you have two options. You can drag and drop this activity and make it as a decision service, or you can come over here in the implementation uh, of decision service, and you can drag and drop directly this service over here. Okay, so anything we can do. Okay, and after that it will go to review. So this job is done. Fine. Now the most important thing is to map the data to type of request, decision service, data mapping. We already learned data mapping in the last. What we need to do, click that particular service itself, go to data mapping, and here I'm just sending the work item BO2. Fine. Okay, so we map this work item BO over here. That's it, no other thing is needed. So let's go and test this business process. Okay, let me make a type of request as a create, and requester name, let me make it as a Vijay. Okay, request, please change my address, and here address suppose I gave as Dallas. Okay, okay, and let give me the request. Submit. Okay, fine. So it's got submitted. Click over here, review document, and open this. If everything is fine, I should be getting the requester name as David. Okay, so the requester name comes as a David over here. All the data is also here. So now if we can select as a review date, this is valid request, review comment, request is valid. Click on the OK button, close the tab, go over here, and you can go for the load document, and you can load the data. Okay, so in loader also the requester name is David only. Fine. So here your business process is completed. Okay, so now we learned how to write a decision service. So it's very simple. Just go over here, create a decision service, and open the go to decision service diagram, drag and drop the BAL rule. So in the BAL rule, you can write the conditions in if and else form. Okay, fine. So in this tutorial, we learned how to create a decision service and how to write the BAL rule. In the next tutorial, we will also tell about the decision table. Okay, so let me just give you the brief about. You can write both these things in a decision service like BAL rule as well as and decision table. So we need to understand what is the difference between BAL rule and decision table. So as we saw BAL rule, if you have such type of rule like if else conditions, you have if and some condition statement over here, and then when this condition satisfy, then the action you are going to do something. Okay, so if you want to write something like this statement, set statement, okay, we will always use the BAL rule. So this is the architecture of BAL rule. We can write multiple rules like this. Okay, second thing is called as a decision table. okay, which we will see in the next tutorial. In the decision table, you can write same rule multiple times, because here if suppose you have to write 5 conditions, you have to create a 5 rules, okay, but in the bal rule you can change your condition, okay, but in decision table your input condition will always be same. So let's say create something like this. Okay, I want to write a decision table, okay, where type of request, okay, and then name of the requester. I cannot change the input parameter in decision table. Things to remember, it will always be the same, okay. So suppose type of request, here I made as a, if it is a create, the name of the requester should be as a David, okay. If the name is, if it is update, then suppose the name is Mike. If it is delete, if the name is mm, Tom. If it is terminate, then the name is, okay, it's like Harry, okay. So you can write multiple parameters in a single decision table, okay, but you cannot change the input condition. In the next condition you cannot make it as like when the address is this, the name of the requester will be this. No, in every condition your type of request will be the input parameter. It cannot be the change, it cannot change. But in bal rule the input parameter you can change according to your wish, okay. But in the bal rule the condition is, in one bal rule you can write only one condition, okay. So we will see decision table in the next tutorial. So thank you.